The Turtles violate the Lincoln desk in the White House. Neil Young gets a spider. And Grace Slick takes out a part of the Golden Gate Bridge. That's coming up this week in rock history. May 8, 1964, one of the earliest music videos shot. Bob Dylan's Subterranean Homesick Blues took place at the site of the Savoy Hotel in London. He's holding up those cue cards and going through the lyric. I'm just amazed that he didn't drop the cards. Also in 1964, we loved our Beatles. The Beatles held the #1 position on the U.S. singles charts for 14 weeks with 3 number ones in succession. I Want to Hold Your Hand for 7 weeks, She Loves You for 2 weeks, and Can't Buy Me Love for 5 weeks. May 8, 1965. On their first American tour, the Rolling Stones stop in Jacksonville, Florida. Now, in the audience is a 17-year-old Ronnie VanZant, who decides then and there that he wants to be a singer in a rock band, and we know where that led. May 9th. 1992, Bruce Springsteen performs on U.S. TV for the first time when he finally accepts a long-standing offer to be the musical guest on Saturday Night Live. Tom Hanks was the host.
Hi, Bruce Springsteen's going to be on Saturday Night Live this week with me, Tom Hanks. You know, splash, big, movie star. Hello?
May 9th, 2016, 67-year-old Ozzy Osbourne and his wife, 63-year-old Sharon, announced that they had split up after more than 33 years of marriage. However, after a few months of separation, they reconciled, and Sharon said, "You know what, my hubby, he might be a dirty dog, but he's my dirty dog." May 10th, 1986, Tommy Lee of Motley Crue marries actress Heather Locklear. Now, Tommy wore a white leather tuxedo, and they divorced 7 years later. 1969, the Turtles and the Temptations perform at the White House for President Richard Nixon's daughter, Tricia. Things don't go so well for the Turtles' Mark Volman, who falls off stage 5 times, perhaps because he allegedly snorted cocaine on Abraham Lincoln's desk. May 11, 1965, the Byrds appear on TV for the first time when they play their cover of Bob Dylan's Mr. Tambourine Man on the NBC show Hullabaloo. 2011, one of the rarest rock t-shirts in the world, sold for $10,000 up to that time. It was the largest sum ever paid up to that time for a vintage t-shirt. It was for a 1979 Led Zeppelin t-shirt on eBay, and it was used as a backstage pass for some concerts Zeppelin played in Nebworth House in England. An original Grateful Dead t-shirt from 1967 sold for $17,000 and broke that record in 2021 when it was sold on eBay. May 12, 1967. The first Jimi Hendrix album, Are You Experienced, is released. 2008, Neil Young had a spider named after him. Yeah, a biologist called Jason Bond discovered a new species of trapdoor spider and decided to name it after his favorite musician. Let me try this. Mimiciophilia Neil Youngi. It was discovered in the woods in Alabama in 2007. May 13, 2017, Todd Rundgren gives the commencement speech at Berklee College of Music, where he says,
compound that with the fact that I've never had a #1 record, single or album, personally. I've never been nominated for a Grammy. I've never been nominated, thankfully, for the Rock Hall of Fame. If nominated, I will not run, and if elected, I will not serve.
When he was inducted in 2021, he made good on his promise and didn't show up. 1971, Grace Slick of Jefferson Airplane crashes her Mercedes into a wall near the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. That forces the cancellation of some of the recording sessions. May 14, 1987, Motley Crue holds a listening party for their album Girls, Girls, Girls at a strip club in Hollywood called The Body Shop. They're quite familiar with the venue, which is mentioned in the song Girls, Girls, Girls. It burned, supposedly, in 2008. I'm asking for a friend. Is it open back up yet? 1976, 33-year-old Keith Relf, the former lead singer of the Yardbirds, was electrocuted while tuning a guitar which was not properly earthed while he was performing and playing and practicing in his basement. He was discovered by his 8-year-old son, still holding the plugged-in guitar. That's This Week in Rock History. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.